My next guest is a singer, musician, and Rasta man whose journey of faith and identity began on the Caribbean island of St. Vincent before eventually bringing him to Wiltshire, where he now makes his home in Trowbridge. Known as Bongo, his story is one of spiritual discovery, cultural awakening, and finding his own path despite growing up in a household where religion played a central role. He was raised by a very strict Christian mother. Bongo would later encounter Rastafari teachings that changed some of what he had been taught and opened the door to a different understanding of the Bible, history, and spirituality. Good evening, Ras Bongo. Thank you for joining me.
Greetings.
Greetings. You have such a good story. I don't even know where to begin if we have enough time. But you grew up in St. Vincent with a mother who was a strict Christian. As a youngster, do you want to just tell us what life was in your household? What was life like in your house growing up?
Greetings. Give thanks and praises to the Most High, Haile Selassie, King Rastafari. Yes, I am from St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and I grew up in a community called Chateaubelair in North Leeward. I grew up with a mother because our father had migrated to another island in the Caribbean called Antigua, and our bringing up was done mainly under the control of our mother. Our mother had 7 children, 7 boys, or what you would call 7 sons. And without a father in the household, she had to be the mediator as a mother and the father bringing us up. She had a strong Christian background because her father was an Anglican, and then we grew up around her as a Seventh-day Adventist lady. So she was somewhat had a slight difference from the other religious groups in the community.
Yeah, did you ever question what you were being taught at that time from Christianity's perspective, or was Christianity just simply accepted as a way of life for your household then?
I think that it was just accepted without being questioned, because in those days, even till now, you find people who tell you cannot question the Bible, you cannot question God, you cannot add, neither you cannot take away. So then you're being locked in with one direction without any sideline or any side vision. You just go straight to the direction that you've been taught. And it has been going on from generation to generation. Hence the reason we didn't even have question. We just accepted it, and in our community, that was accepted as well.
So, has your faith and the Rastafari beliefs influenced your music and the messages you try to communicate? Because listening to your song, it sounds like it's quite influenced by your current beliefs, isn't it, Rastafari?
Yes, my music is strongly within the spiritual aspect. And because as you growing up, we were being taught about Western Christianity. We weren't taught anything about Africa and Africanism or spirituality. We were based on religious teachings. And in my early days, I listened to music. As a matter of fact, since I've been going to school, I was involved in singing. Going to our parents, our mother, actually make it a responsibility or make it a duty that we had to go to church. So every Saturday we had to go to Sabbath school. We had to sing in Sabbath school. Then going to school now, I was singing in school choirs and singing as an individual. And then even during my school time, I raised a choir. I had a choir.
Wow.
4 of us were in that choir as students in school. And then now leaving school, I was further involved in music. I listened a lot to singers like Jimmy Cliff, Toots and the Maytals, fellas like Johnny Nash, and then later start listening to people like Bonnie Wheeler, Bob Marley, the Bonnie Wheelers, and listening to their consciousness in the music. So those individuals helped to fashion my style of music and my interest and my enthusiasm in music.
Let's we're going to listen to one of your songs now. This one is called Spread Out, and then we'll come back and have some more conversation. This is Bongo Ras Haile and Spread Out.
Give peace a chance. A people without knowledge of their history, they bound for destruction will die instantly. Through idolatry that grows without the truth. How can a nation survive without the truth? So spread out and give peace a chance. Let it rain in our lives. Spread out and give peace a chance. Let it rain in our lives. Empty barrels makes the most noise. We are the victims of our choice. That's the reason why we pay the price. It's not too late. Let us open our eyes and spread out and give peace the chance. Let it rain in our lives. Spread out and give peace a chance. Let it rain in our lives. Oh yeah, now. Give peace a chance. Let it rain, let it rain. We have been down here suffering for so long. With mental slavery, we thought we had freedom. We must be able to discern right from wrong. It's not too late, we must find a solution and spread out and give peace the chance. Let it rain in our lives. Spread out and give peace the chance. Let it rain in our lives. Oh yeah, now. Spread out.
That's the title.
Rain in our lives.
Spread Out, Bongo Ras Haile. And just before the track, he was telling us about growing up in a strict Christian environment, how being a Rasta has influenced his music. In this next part, I'm hoping I can explore more from you, Bongo, and want to know how, your spiritual journey has been. And still with us, Bongo?
Yes, my brethren.
Yes. Thank you. Enjoying that track so much. Bongo, you've spoken about, you off microphone. You told me this story about how a group of Jamaicans came to St. Vincent, this was how you were convinced to change to become a Rasta. Is that correct?
Well, I would say, I would put it this way. I have been carrying locks on my head. I've been looking at myself as a Rastafari brethren. And I've been hearing of the name Haile Selassie over the years growing up. As a matter of fact, my grandfather taught us about Marcus Garvey. And we lived in a community where there were people who were traveling from island to island. So many people from St. Vincent traveled to Trinidad. And during the time of 1966, when Haile Selassie had traveled to the Caribbean, he did visit he visited Trinidad, and some of those people from St. Vincent who were in Trinidad at that time had an opportunity to see him, to see Haile Selassie, and they came back and they told us about Haile Selassie in the same community, Chateaubriand. So I've been hearing one saying, and even in songs, Haile Selassie is the Almighty, Haile Selassie is King of Kings, and Haile Selassie is God, and all of that, right? So I as a youth who coming up now in the Christian teachings and this religious belief, now I've been hearing about Haile Selassie, yes, but what is going on now? People telling you can't say about Haile Selassie is God when you not got proof, and you can't say you'll get punished and all these kind of things. Here I came now. I had my locks on my head, and I still was saying Rastafari, but not saying Haile Selassie. Then came some brethren from Jamaica. These brethren came from Jamaica. There was one brethren by the name of Rasbunojis and the Sons of Thunder, and there were other elder brethren around who came with him to St. Vincent. And they visited us, and they were telling us about Rastafari. And when the brother went into the Bible, and he read Psalms 87, and said, this and that man was born there. And I make mention of Rahab and Babylon to them that know me. I hold Philistia with Ethiopia. This man was born there. So when we start to search it out now, we say, what? We've been going to church all these days and hearing all kind of pastors and preachers preaching, but they never tell us that. They never explain that to us. So at that juncture, I became fully convinced that Haile Selassie is the Almighty, the Creator, our Creator, as black people and God. Because what happened now, as an African person, you have to gravitate to Africa. We've been taught about the God of Europe and the God, and we were not taught about the God of Africa. And in the Ethiopia,
I guess this is subjective as well. Well, to Rastas, because there'll be Christians out there who highly disagree with what you say now, but that's a totally different conversation. Well, I wanted to take you back. Go for it. I wanted to take you back a little bit, right? And looking back at your journey from a Christian upbringing in St. Vincent to becoming Bongo Haile. If you have to do it all again, what would you do different?
You know what I will do? My brother, I give thanks for your answer. You know what I will do different? I would move from, I would not be based on ignorance. I would be based on enlightenment and education. Because I think that as Rastafari, many of our people as Rastafari are living in ignorance. And these are some of the teachings that Haile Selassie have taught us. We must get rid of ourselves of ignorance. We must rid ourselves of diseases. You know, we must rid ourselves of colonialism. These are the things. These are the things we have to rid ourselves of. Because when you're ignorant, you do not see enlightenment. You do not see education, and education is important. And once you have education and you couple it with empathy, which means now you use your educational ability to help others who are less fortunate to become enlightened.
I'm hearing heal yourself from ignorance, get some education, and be enlightened in that sense. You know, so much to talk about, but I think I definitely will be speaking to you some more anyway at some points. But how can people find your work? How can people follow you and listen to? I've got one of your tracks lined up, but how can people find your work?
Well, people can find my work on all the digital platforms.
Okay, as in Bongo Ras Haile.
Bongo Ras Haile. Bongo Ras Haile. You know, and on my Facebook, I have a Facebook page which I'm about to change from that carries my name within the system, which is Giles Francois. But that's on my Facebook page. But I want to change it into Bongo Ras Haile, where all my works can be covered under Bongo Ras Haile. So anyone who would love to access my works or access any contact with me, it would be able to have that easily, you know?
Absolute pleasure to talk to you today, brother. And keep it going, keep the good work going. I've got one of your tracks lined up, and thank you.
Yeah, my brother. But I tell you that I'm thankful that I get this opportunity.
No problem.
Yeah, Rastafari.
This is Hail Rastafari, Bongo Ras Haile.
Yes, come. And let us hail Rastafari, come. And let us praise Rastafari. Haile Selassie is that name. Yes, come. And let us hail Rastafari, come. And let us praise Rastafari. Haile Selassie is that name. He's the King of Kings, the joyful news he brings. Haile Selassie is that name. He's the Lord of Lords, the true and living God. Haile Selassie is that name. So come, and let us hail Rastafari, come, and let us praise Rastafari. Haile Selassie is that name. Yes, come, and let we hail Rastafari, come, and let us praise Rastafari. Haile Selassie is that name. Mussolini tried and failed, the Lion of Judah prevailed. Haile Selassie is the conqueror, the highest name on earth to anyone's given birth. Haile Selassie is that name. So come, and let us hail Rastafari, come, and let us praise Rastafari. Haile Selassie is that name. The highest name on earth to anyone's given birth. Haile Selassie is that name. Mussolini tried and failed, the Lion of Judah prevailed. Haile Selassie is the conqueror. So come, and let us hail Rastafari, come, and let us praise Rastafari. Haile Selassie.
You're a really lovely guy, lovely track, and really catchy as well.
And let us hail Rastafari.
Hail Rastafari, Bongo Ras Haile, my cross guest this evening, and thank you so much.